The course I designed is called Statistical Research, Survey Sampling and Design of Experiments. And this is an interdisciplinary course which emphasizes statistics as an investigative process and a set of tools to answer interesting social and scientific questions. So this course is an upper-level statistics course intended for statistics majors and minors and social science majors who have taken an introductory course in statistics and/or research methods. And it's really built on the premise that most of the statistical expertise required to successfully answer such questions is it actually occurs in the thinking and the design phase of the research before any data is ever collected. And so the overall goal is that we want to equip students to be thoughtful and responsible producers, users, and consumers of data and evidence. So the students will delve deeper into statistical methods for survey sampling and design of experiments, which are usually topics that you can't get to in an introductory course, but they're ones that are really critical for using statistics to answer practical research questions, social and scientific questions. And the course is really interdisciplinary in nature because it focuses on developing the critical thinking and the statistical skills needed to thoughtfully design data collection in order to answer relevant research questions in other fields. So the students who complete the course successfully will be able to recognize the importance of thoughtfully designed data collection and sampling methods. They'll be able to assess data quality by identifying and quantifying sources of bias and uncertainty in the data. They'll be able to critique data-based evidence presented to them in the news, social media, and academic research, and be able to determine when that evidence is trustworthy. They'll be able to analyze and effectively communicate data from surveys and randomized experiments. They'll be able to develop research questions that can be answered with data, and then they'll design a survey or a randomized experiment that can provide statistically valid answers to their research questions. And then I decided to highlight the final project as the assessment because it's really the motivating factor for the entire course. And the peer review and workshopping component of this is a key formative process in helping students prepare a high quality final project. So the project is scaffolded both to make the end product seem more manageable and to get students to get started early and to provide early opportunities for feedback, both from me and from their peers. So partway through the course, they turn in their research question that gets approved by me, they turn in their data collection and analysis plan, they turn in a first draft, and then we have these peer review and workshopping sessions where the students will bring a note card with responses to their peers about this is one thing that I liked about your draft, this is one thing that I wonder about or would recommend. And although that's just a participation grade that will be assigned for this process, engaging in this workshopping process will facilitate their self-assessment of their designs as well as give them practice giving and receiving constructive criticism. So the constructive criticism is supposed to be scaffolded by the project guidelines and rubric that I will provide to them, and it will also be modeled by the in-class feedback they get from me. And the structure is kind of a hybrid of a few courses I've taken that I felt scaffolded peer review in a process in a way that was productive, respectful, and non-threatening to students. So the I like, I wonder, recommend aspect is it kind of helps provide a framework for respectful constructive criticism that both highlights positives and gives useful feedback about ways that they can improve. And also when the students know that they have to both give and receive this feedback, it seems to foster a more respectful and productive feedback. And I model this type of feedback throughout the course on external examples so that they get to know what to expect when it comes to their own work being the focus of attention. I've also found that knowing that their peers will be reading their work ultimately motivates them to put more than a lackluster effort into their rough drafts. And this process also tries to foster a growth mindset and an intellectual humility among the students, that our work is never perfect when we're starting out, and it's to our benefit to receive feedback and alternative perspectives from people with whom they have mutual respect.